The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Habashah, Mahara Kakodash. The honors of the elders, the apostles, the great millstone, Shalom to the hopeful elect, and seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel, that are scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some looking like the heathen, beginning with the 144,000 preachers, teachers, and prophets. Shalom. And we got this video right here by Epic Economist. I'm going to play first few minutes of it. And it reads, cost of living crisis is worse than you thought in 2026, which we told y'all what it was going to be in 2026 through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. It's going to be worse in 2025. And this is just the, third week of 2026. Right? And as you see at the top, $200,000 is middle class. But guess what? It's not enough. Yahweh Shema Shah is bringing this place down fast. It's not a time to hold on to this place. It's not a time to seek for a better position or a future in this place, but to flee from this place, man, spiritually. So you will be not partakers of her plagues. Remember, we are in captivity. What's that, Jeremiah 50 or either 51? Let's get that real quick. Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 8, remove out of them. Let me see. Verse 8, remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the he-goats before the flocks. Right? Leaders, teachers, all right? Pilgrims, flee this place spiritually, man. All right? I mean, it don't get no clearer than that. Jeremiah 51 and 5. For Israel has not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God, of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah host, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense, judgment. This is the time of the reward of Babylon, man. Judgment. A reward is not always good. Hey, you'll be rewarded based upon your behavior. If you're good, meaning if you're of the elect of Israel, you get a good reward. If you're 2/3 of Israel and heathen, you get judged. So this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. His wrath, his anger is upon Babylon. We are to flee out of this place spiritually, be renewed in the spirit. In other words, repent and convert. Because if you're holding on to this place, you're crazy. The signs are here. That's why Yahweh Shema Shah have us to do these videos, to keep the elect built up in the spirit, to show you what's playing out, and also what's more to come concerning prophecy, so we can constantly let go and not hold on to a fallen kingdom. All right? Now, real quick, when you get Revelation 13, because this is what's happening. The middle class has been wiped out. When you get Revelation 13 and 16, let's start at 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Now, that's this new world order, this new beast system. You'll be separated and or killed, and also within this system, you have to take the mark of the beast. And he calls them all both small. And he calls all both small. And he calls all both small and great, rich and poor. You see, there's no middle class. The middle class is not the poor class. The poor class is just still the poor class. They're just in the lower level poor class. The rich is the rich. All right. The middle class are the ones who make the world go round. The rich don't. The rich aren't consumers. The middle class are consumers. All right. The poor gets the bare minimum. The poor don't make the world go round. They just get what they could get. The middle class are the ones that's working all of these jobs, putting forth all this money, and they're the ones buying. It says free on bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. I wanted to point that out by what the Holy Spirit, because it's going to show, it's going into what's happening, man. That if you take out the middle class, it's going to collapse the economy, and it's going to break people down, and it's bringing forth chaos. All right, therefore, it's going to lead the cities into ruins. All right, it's going to really be looking bad out here. But this is what they're doing. All right, you take the middle class out, you make everybody feel it, except for the rich. But still, the rich and the poor are going to have to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead in verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So it's all going according to prophecy. All right? This place is finished. It's going out. This is the last stage of America. All right? The collapse of this system. Them bringing in this digital system, this new world order, this digital system, which is going to be the mark of the beast. Which the mark of the beast is a device on either hand on your forehead, and that's the only way you're going to be able to buy, sell, function. It's going to have your identity, your biometrics, and everything up there. All right? So you got this video right here, and these people can see it. They see that Ecclesiastes 12. This is playing out now. All right? Ecclesiastes 12 and 3, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble and the strong men shall bow themselves, the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, meaning no future, no hope. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, right? No job opportunities. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. You see that? You working up early, where you going? Nowhere. There ain't no jobs. Entertainment industry, dead. Seriously, all right? Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be on the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail. You see? The desire is gone. To want to better yourself or to keep trying to get ahead, it's gone. Because the harder you try, the worse it is. You can't go to college. You're just putting yourself in debt. It's not going to benefit you. Interest rates are high. Everything is high. You can't afford anything. You got kids, insurances, bills. The desire has failed. It's gone. We're in the phase of breaking down the system, all right, and bringing in this new system, which is going to pressure you even more and take away all your rights. The Constitution already shot. The peace is finished. You could tell by the way concerning what ICE is doing and what Trump doing. It says because man goeth to his home, his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. Hey, homelessness. Hey, everybody in a bad mood. People sighing and crying. They miss the old days. All right? They can't afford the things they used to afford. All right? Or ever the silver cord be loose, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the cistern. All right? So, hey, that's a collapse right there, man. That's how this place gonna look. AKA, you get rid of these middle class, the middle class who keeps the world up and running, upkeep the jobs, trash, building up the roads, upkeep of the buildings, the landscaping and all of that. The lights, changing all the lights, things of that nature. Routine house maintenance, mechanics. Hey, when you get rid of them and to the point where they can't afford nothing, hell, and they don't want to work and they tired of working, and they drop out, you already know what it is. This place gonna look, it's gonna continue to look like crap. Hey, this new generation ain't doing nothing. They don't have the skill. You see? Houses gonna be ran down. This is the time we in, and it's all about the breaking down of the people to the lower state, bringing this new system, this new world order, when you're going to have to comply with these new rules and regulations by way of this digital system and take the MOTB. Take the MOTB. But the elect are not going to take it. The elect are going to walk by faith and not by sight. That's why Yahweh Shema Shah said, flee out of Babylon and be not partaker of her plagues. Because when you release from this place and you build up your spirit, your faith in Yahweh Shema Shah, you know you're going to be well taken care of. If you're constantly holding on to this place and you're wishing that it get better and you're going to keep trying and you're praying the old sweet white JC, hey, you just keep going down with it. And you're not going to have no stability, no comfort, no strength, no foundation as these days continue to get worse. And you're still clapping your heels, rubbing your hands together, flipping coins, praying to old white JC that he come on back so you can escape the tribulation period. It's not going to happen. You here, and you're going to stay here, and you're going to get judged. I want to play this video, man. It says people are giving up, all right? I'll put the link to the full video in the description box. And you just listen to these folks, man, and you see Edomites. All right? Hey, some appear to be Edomites, but I'm pretty sure some of them are actually Israelites through the seed line of their father. They just look pale, but it's all good. But hey, you see these Edomites as a whole, their kingdom is at its end. Let's play this video, man. You so-called Negroes, Native American Indians, Hispanics, Latinos, Jamaicans, and Haitians, and you speckled Israelites, come up out of this place spiritually, man. Hey, leave this place alone. Let it be. Repent and convert and turn back to Yahweh Shema Shah, so you can be confident and protected during these times. Us as a hopeful elect that's seeking to be the elect, we're going through it too, but we're confident in the spirit. And we got prophecy to depend on. And we got the words of Yahweh Shema Shah to depend on. We have Yahweh and Yahweh Shah to depend on. All right? So we're happy. We know what's next. All right? We get to rule next. But we got to go through this. Yahweh Shah said it's a light thing to do his will, man. So if it's a light thing to do his will, to be obedient, hey, it's a light thing to go through these prophecies. Because we got to do it. We got to look at it like that in order to inherit the kingdom. And we ain't going to have to worry about none of this in the kingdom. All right? None of it. We can be on top. It ain't going to be no more bills, no more stress, no more single-parent households. The kids want to see, got to go here to see one parent and there to see another parent. It ain't going to be no foster care, no homelessness, no hunger. It ain't going to be none of that amongst Israel. It ain't going to be no kidnappers. It ain't going to be no ICE coming up in your crib, coming in through your back door. It ain't going to be none of that. It ain't going to be no direct energy weapons. It ain't gonna be no chemtrails, no earthquakes in the land of Israel, none of that. So we got to go through it, man. Hey, and be happy. Alright? Because everybody else sad. That's what it is.
You make $200,000 a year to be middle class in America, $300,000 in New York or California. This American dream you speak of, it's dead.
We're middle class, and then inflation hit, and it bumped us down a few levels.
Middle class cannot afford it anymore.
Two incomes just isn't enough money anymore. Me and my husband are both in our 30s. We make the most money we've ever made before, and we still struggle between every single paycheck.
The middle class is officially gone in America. What's the real impact of this? Is there any way to fix it?
The middle class dream is officially dead in America. You need $200,000 a year just to be considered middle class now. And even that doesn't guarantee you can afford the basics. So many families are discovering they're no longer middle class. They've been bumped down without even realizing it.
3 things that middle class sadly cannot afford anymore. A house. The average home prices in the United States is $450,000, with some states going way higher than that. And the salaries have not kept up with the home prices. 2, with cost of living skyrocketing, saving for a vacation has become a luxury that many can't afford. 3, childcare costs, which in some states is higher than college tuition, forcing many moms to leave the workforce to take care of their children. I'm curious, drop a comment. What is middle class in nowadays?
Health insurance pays your hospital. Old school life insurance pays when you die. Neither pays you while you're still alive.
In nowadays.
All right. Listen to me. The average American, they don't even realize this, but the middle class, they are currently being priced out of owning a home. I'll give you an example. There's this company called Invitation Homes. They're based here in Dallas, and they are traded on the New York Stock Exchange. Well, they recently closed on a deal where they bought 264 homes in Las Vegas. In fact, they bought nearly $1 billion worth of real estate in 2023. They bought 2,300 homes last year, with the majority being Texas, Florida, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles. In Texas alone last year, 28% of all transactions were from investors like this. So Congress is asking a question and passing a bill. How can one company just buy up so many homes and raise the rents on everyone? Well, this is a good question, because I also read this article. It says that 6 years from now, it's estimated U.S. corporate investors, they're going to own 40% of all real estate in this country. And I feel like they're turning us into a nation of renters. I recently visited a friend of mine in Mexico City, and I realized, you know what? Property ownership, guys, it's not for everyone. The average person in that country does not have the ability to buy a home like we do here in the U.S. In other countries, it is only for the privileged. It is only for the rich. And it feels like we're going that way in this country, too. What do y'all think? Should Congress pass a bill to restrict this type of transaction and protect the American dream? Or should we allow for this for the sake of free markets and capitalism?
We're never going to get affordable homes. It is more difficult now than it was in 2017 to buy a home, if you're a middle-class family or below. In 2017, the average home cost was sitting around $313,000, and now it is sitting at about $420,000. Interest rates, they were sitting, anywhere from 2.5 to 3.9, maybe higher. Today, they're sitting around 7%. I bet you're wondering what that means for a $300,000 loan. That $1,400 a month that you were paying, yeah, now it's sitting like over $2,000 for the same house. You're paying over $600 more a month for nothing. The median income did rise, but it didn't rise enough to keep up with inflation. Middle class buyers are priced out. First time home buyers are stuck renting. And it's not just inflation, it's systemic. I feel like the American dream is starting to slip away.
If you live in the state of Florida, you need to be careful. My mortgage went up from $2,300 a month to $3,500 a month. Basically another fucking mortgage. Why did that happen, Sean? Yeah, let's explain that. After Hurricane Ian, there was a lot of flooding that happened. That flooding, lobbying happened. The insurance companies lobbied DeSantis and said, hey, look, we're going to send you a fuck ton of money for your campaigns, you go ahead and let a few things slide. One of which is making sure attorneys aren't able to sue for appropriate funds. Just enough funds to actually fucking do the work on the property because the property was damaged. And if that wasn't going to happen, they're going to leave the state. And guess what? Some of them still left the state. Now we're stuck with monopolies of insurance companies. Well, also what happened was FEMA. FEMA came in and said, hey, you're not in a flood zone. You're going to be now. They remapped all the flood zones. So that means houses that didn't need flood insurance now need flood insurance. Another thing that happened is local counties as well as the state went ahead and increased taxes. Them fucking taxes go against your escrow. So homeowners insurance, flood insurance, taxes. All that shit went up like crazy in a fucking week apparently, because my January 1st payment was $2,300. February 1st, they're like, hey, you gotta make $3,500 somehow. Good fucking luck. All this happened, right? All this happened. So what's happening in Florida? Here's what's fucking happening. They're making sure there's a division of both poverty and ultra rich. There is no longer a middle class here. I make six figures in some. Okay, I should be able to afford $2,300 a month mortgage. It's tight, especially with a kid in fucking childcare, which is another fucking mortgage in itself. Anyways, besides the point. What's gonna happen? And I'm talking to the ultra-rich that probably aren't on TikTok. Send this to your great-grandparent that you're waiting on generational wealth from. What happens in the state of Florida when you no longer have kids of the middle class operating the grocery stores, or doing your landscaping, or doing construction on your house, or renovating your house? What happens then? Because they can't afford to fucking live there.
Middle class cannot afford it anymore. I think that is by design. Okay, I'm not an economist. I don't know how that stuff works, but I think it's by design. I honestly do. But the fact that these things are ridiculously expensive as they are, it's so hard to obtain, interest rates are so high, the average person is in trouble. And again, I keep saying the average person, understand that most people, most families are multiple people. So they're hurting more than once. Okay, it's not just a truck. Now you do get some that'll have one nice family vehicle, truck, whatever it is, and then the other vehicle they have might be something cheaper and used in just another vehicle. That's fine too, whatever it works and however it works. But it is a shame that we're just literally 5-6 years ago, you could, every family, you could go out and you could lease 2 brand new vehicles and drive them worry-free, and everything was fine, and your payments were $250 a month on each one of them, $500 total for it, and that one of them being a truck, the other one being a little SUV, and you had $500 total in payments on leases, and then you traded in every 3 years, and you moved on to the next one, and everything was fantastic.
Being in the middle class and going on vacation in the United States is hilarious. I'd come back from vacation, and people would ask what I do. What do you mean what I do? You think I was drinking OJ? You think I rented jet skis? My vacation is that I went. One time I went to New York with my family, and we bought baguettes, prosciutto, cheese, and olive oil, and we'd make sandwiches in the park to not spend money in restaurants. And then we went to Boston, and after we ran out of free things to do, we went to the mall 3 days in a row to window shop. Not even buy anything, we went to window shop. Now that I live in Europe, one of my favorite waitresses at a restaurant went on vacation to Greece. She stayed 2 weeks in Greece and as waitress. And middle class, I'm sure she's making her way, but can you just imagine? I don't even think being in the middle class, you could do things while you get to your vacation. Getting there is the vacation. Like, you have to be seriously rich to be able to do things at a vacation. Sometimes my vacations were just going there, just being there, the road trip, or whatever. Once you're there, it was like, listen, we spent so much to just get here. Let's relax a little bit.
Why the f*** is nobody talking about how they just removed this Simpsons episode? Watch this clip very carefully.
Once you're there, it was like, listen, we spent so much to just get here. Let's relax a little bit. I don't even know if the middle class can do a vacation other than just getting there nowadays. Like, getting to the vacation spot takes so much money. So once you're there, like, you're going to spend more? Where's it coming from? What are you going to do? You're going to rent jet skis? Okay, 500 more bucks? Okay. And one time I went to Florida and the weather sucked. So we stayed at the pool the whole time. Didn't even go to the beach. Can you imagine risking so much money to go on vacation and the weather sucks? That'd bankrupt somebody. Morally and financially, that's it. I'd have to go to therapy. Seriously, if I was saving up to go on vacation and the weather sucked, I don't know how I deal with it. It would just be the end of the world for me.
When you watch these clips, you really see how the middle class is getting hit from all sides. Housing costs have skyrocketed while wages have stayed flat. People aren't buying new cars or taking vacations anymore because everything costs too much. And because of that loss of purchasing power, generational wealth just isn't being built anymore.
Don't want to admit. The middle class.
That's it. I'll put the, you can watch this video. I'll put the link in the description box. But, hey, like she said, but don't want the middle class, don't want to admit the middle class is broke. So you see, man, this place is collapsing. And they're breaking everybody down. They're bringing in this new system, which is already ready to be brought out. They're just in the stages of breaking this place down, breaking people down so they can comply. They know people are going to fight against it. And like in the UK, they said, hey, that digital system, it'll be mandatory people want to work, but then they pulled it back. But hey, they're going to bring forth an event that's going to cause people to say, hey, I got to get down with the program. And it's going to be through all this chaos and most definitely famine, man. Most definitely famine, all right? When people are hungry and more people are homeless, the crime rate is increasing. It's going to be crazy. So, hey, the same thing is happening here in America. Stay prayed up in the names of Yahweh Shema Shah. Get this place go, man. Shalom.